Perfection. It's something we all strive for, right? But what if I told you that chasing perfection could be ruining your life? It might sound crazy, but here's the truth. Research shows that 1 in 3 people struggle with perfectionism, and it's linked to stress, burnout, and even depression. In fact, a study by the American Psychological Association found that perfectionists are more likely to experience anxiety than non-perfectionists. Yet, despite all the evidence, we continue to chase this impossible ideal. We think that being perfect will bring us success, happiness, and respect. But in reality, it's doing the exact opposite. In this video, we're going to uncover why perfection is a myth and what you should focus on instead. I'll show you how accepting your flaws can actually boost your success and improve your mental health. Ready to stop the perfectionist struggle? Let's dive in. Chapter 1. The perfection myth. Unpacking the illusion. Perfectionism isn't a virtue, it's an illusion. We've all heard phrases like, strive for perfection, or don't settle for less, but these ideas can be misleading. Perfection is often just an unattainable goal that leaves you frustrated and stuck. Studies show that perfectionists are more likely to experience burnout, anxiety, and depression because they constantly feel like they are falling short. Why does this happen? It's simple. Perfectionism creates an endless cycle of self-criticism. In fact, research from the American Psychological Association suggests that perfectionists often measure their worth by their ability to meet unrealistic standards, which fuels feelings of inadequacy. But here's the kicker: perfection doesn't exist. It's a concept, not a reality. Think about it. Even the most successful people, like Steve Jobs or Oprah Winfrey, didn't reach their peak by being perfect. They succeeded by embracing failure, learning from mistakes, and pushing forward. The myth of perfection only keeps you stuck in your head, second-guessing every step you take. The real secret to growth isn't perfection, it's progress. Chapter 2. Why flaws are your secret superpower. Or what if I told you that your flaws aren't liabilities, but assets? Embracing imperfection can actually be the key to personal development. According to Brené Brown, a leading researcher on vulnerability, imperfections are not inadequacies, they are reminders that we're all in this together. She suggests that the more open we are about our flaws, the more real and relatable we become to others. In fact, embracing flaws builds resilience. When you accept that you aren't perfect, you free yourself from the fear of failure. This mindset shift is powerful because it allows you to try new things without the constant pressure to get it right the first time. A study in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that people who embrace their imperfections are more likely to bounce back from setbacks and stay motivated. Flaws are also key to creativity. Think about some of the world's most innovative breakthroughs, like Post-it notes or the discovery of penicillin. Both came about due to mistakes and imperfections. These imperfections led to something better, proving that flaws are often the building blocks of success. By accepting your flaws, you allow yourself to grow. Whether it's a messy first draft of a book, an imperfect presentation, or a trial-and-error approach to learning something new, flaws push you to improve and innovate. Embrace them. They are the secret to unlocking your full potential. Chapter 3. The Perfectionist Trap. How it holds you back from success. Perfectionism might sound good in theory, but in reality, it's one of the biggest barriers to success. Have you ever spent hours on a project, obsessing over tiny details, only to miss the deadline? That's the perfectionist trap at work. According to Psychology Today, perfectionists often struggle with procrastination because they fear that their work won't meet their unrealistic standards. This fear prevents them from getting started in the first place. Here's an interesting fact. The American Journal of Lifestyle Medicine published a study showing that perfectionism is linked to chronic stress and a weakened immune system. This means the longer you try to be perfect, the more you risk your health and happiness. In contrast, people who accept imperfection tend to be more adaptable, resilient, and open to new opportunities. One of the main problems with perfectionism is that it keeps you from taking action. When you're caught in a cycle of overthinking and self-doubt, you miss out on progress. The key to success isn't perfection, it's momentum. By focusing on progress, not perfection, you make steady improvements every day. A quote from James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, sums it up well: you do not rise to the level of your goals. you fall to the level of your systems. This means that perfectionism doesn't help you achieve your goals. The systems and habits you build to move forward do. Instead of trying to make everything flawless, focus on building habits that allow you to make continuous progress, even if it's messy. You don't need to be perfect to succeed. In fact, the road to success is filled with imperfections, mistakes, and even failure. What matters is that you keep going, learn from your experiences, and adjust along the way. Perfectionism will only hold you back from discovering what's truly possible. Instead of trying to avoid mistakes, embrace them. They're a sign that you're moving forward. If you're finding value in this, don't forget to subscribe for more insights on how to break free from perfectionism and embrace progress. Chapter 4. Reframing the quest: striving for progress instead of perfection. So, what should you be striving for instead of perfection? The answer: progress. Striving for progress means focusing on improvement rather than an impossible ideal. The moment you shift your focus from perfection to progress, things start to change. Research shows that people who focus on progress are happier and more productive. A study from the University of California found that goal-oriented individuals who track progress are 3 times more likely to stay motivated than those who chase perfection. Progress doesn't mean you have to do everything perfectly from the start. It simply means you keep moving forward, even if you stumble along the way. One key to this is setting small, manageable goals. Instead of thinking, "I have to do this perfectly," try thinking, "How can I improve just a little bit today?" This mindset will help you take consistent action without the fear of failure holding you back. So, stop worrying about making every step flawless. Focus on making each step better than the last. Small progress adds up to huge results over time. Chapter 5. Embracing good enough. The power of imperfect action. In today's world, we often feel the pressure to do things perfectly. But what if I told you that good enough could be your secret weapon? The idea of good enough is powerful because it encourages action, not perfection. Taking imperfect action helps you move forward without wasting time obsessing over every tiny detail. The power of good enough is backed by research. Harvard Business Review found that individuals who took action with good enough solutions were faster and more successful in achieving their goals than those who waited for perfection. The fear of making mistakes or not being good enough often paralyzes us. But once we accept that done is better than perfect, we unlock the ability to move faster and learn more. Try it. When you're faced with a task, ask yourself, what's the minimum I can do to make this work? Often, the answer is simple, and that's when you make the most progress. Chapter 6. The Perfection-Free Life. How to build confidence by being real. Now, let's talk about confidence. When you stop trying to be perfect, something amazing happens. You start to trust yourself more. Embracing imperfection helps you build self-confidence because you no longer feel the weight of unrealistic expectations. You start to see that it's okay to fail, to be messy, and to grow along the way. Confidence comes from action, not perfection. When you act confidently, even when things aren't perfect, you'll naturally attract more opportunities and build resilience. Plus, when you embrace your flaws, people are more likely to connect with you because they see that you're real. You become relatable, and that's powerful. Instead of focusing on being perfect, focus on building confidence by being the best version of yourself, imperfections and all. Remember, growth happens when you let go of perfection and take consistent action toward becoming who you're meant to be. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss another video on how to live a more authentic and fulfilling life.